Hello, dear students. Welcome back. Today, we will continue our series with the important question part 2. This session covers key analytical technique, extraction method, spectroscopic principle, and very important crude drugs that frequently appear in your university exam question paper. Let's dive with full focus. We begin with the planar chromatography technique, particularly two important methods you must know in detail. First, high performance thin layer chromatography or HPTLC. HPTLC is an advanced enhanced version of conventional thin layer chromatography. It offers much high resolution, better accuracy and reproducibility due to the use of finer particle size plates and automated application system. Its major applications include identification of phytoconstituents in herbal drugs, quality control of crude drug formulation, detection of adulterant, a very common examination question, quantitative estimation of active markers, and stability studies of herbal products. Next, paper chromatography. This is a simpler technique where the stationary phase is a water absorbed on cellulose paper fibers and separation occurs by partitioning between this water and mobile organic solvent phase. So applications of paper chromatography, separation and identification of amino acid and sugar, detection of alkaloid and glycoside in plant extracts, qualitative analysis of complex mixtures. Chemical identification test for Google. So it is an important oleogum resin we discussed in part 1. The active constituents or steroidal compounds are known as glucosterone. To confirm their presence, we perform the specific color test. First, the Lieberman-Burchard test. When Google is treated with the acetic anhydride and concentrate sulfuric acid, a positive result is indicated in the development of green to blue color, confirming the presence of steroid. Second, the Salkovsky test. Here the resin is dissolved in chloroform and concentrated sulfuric acid is added carefully. A red color appearing in the lower acidic layer confirms the steroidal nucleus. These two tests are classic for steroidal resin and are frequently asked in practical and theory exams. Now let's discuss bitter element, a drug known for its cyanogenic glycoside content. Botanical source, dried ripe seeds of Prunus amygdalus, family Rosaceae. Chemical constituent amygdalin. The major cyanogenic glycoside, fixed oil approximately 40 to 55%, an enzyme complex called emulsin. And upon enzymatic hydrolysis of amygdalin by emulsin in the presence of water, hydrocyanic acid is liberated. This makes bitter element potentially toxic if not properly processed. So remember, bitter element must be detoxified before the therapeutic use because of the risk cyanide poisoning. One of the most important topic in anti-cancer phytoconstituents, the vinca alkaloids. So both vincristine and vinblastine are complex dimeric indolin alkaloids isolated from Catharandus roseus. So this is the Madagascar periwinkle. They differ only slightly in structure. Vinblastine and vincristine. Vinblastine has a methyl group in that R1 position and molecular formula is C46H58N4O9. Vincristine has an aldehyde group and molecular formula C46H56N4O10. Both are powerful mitotic inhibitor used in cancer chemotherapy. Vinblastine in Hodgkin lymphoma. Vincristine is acute lymphoblastic leukemia. The structural difference, though small, significantly affect their clinical use and toxicity profile. Pay close attention to this question. Examples of drugs containing volatile oil. Let us now look at some common drugs rich in volatile oil. Clove, which is a dried flower buds of Zyzium aromaticum, major constituent eugenol. Cinnamon, bark of cinnamomum species, rich in cinnamaldehyde. Fennel seeds, Phoenicum vulgare, primary constituent of anethole. Peppermint, leaves of Mentha piperata, which is highly valued menthol content. Eucalyptus, leaves of eucalyptus species, major source of eucalyptal or 1,8 cineol. These volatile oils contribute to carminative, antiseptic, flavoring agent, expectorant property. You should be able to recall at least three examples with their source and chief constituents. A very important fundamental topic, extraction process of crude drugs. Extraction is the selective separation of medicinally active portion from plant or animal material using suitable solvent. Three key methods: maceration, the drug is soaked in a solvent in a closed container for several days with occasionally shaking, ideal for tincture and soft extracts. Percolation, the powder drug is packed in a column and solvent is allowed to pass slowly through it. This is used for preparing fluid extracts and concentrated preparations. Next one is the steam distillation is passed through the plant material to volatilize the essential oil, which is then condensed and separated. This is the standard method for isolating volatile oil. These processes are core to pharmacognosy practical, understand the principle, procedure, and suitable drug types for each. Now shifting to the analytical techniques, UV visible spectroscopy. This principle is based on the absorption of ultraviolet 200 to 400 nanometer or visible 400 to 800 nanometer radiation by the molecules. This absorption causes electronic transition, promotion of electrons from ground state to higher energy orbital. Key application: quantitative estimation of drugs in formulation, identification of chromophore and functional group, detection of conjugation in molecules, bathochromic or hypsochromic shift, purity assessment and impurity profiling. UV spectroscopy is widely used in standardization of herbal drugs containing conjugated systems like flavonoids, alkaloids, and anthraquinones. Two short but important definitions. First, metabolic pathway, a series of interconnected enzyme catalyzed reaction in a living cell that convert a substrate through intermediate into specific end products. These pathways are crucial for understanding biosynthesis of secondary metabolites. Second, electrophoresis, an analytical separation technique where charged molecules, protein, DNA enzymes migrate under an electric field based on their charge to mass ratio and size. Commonly used in analysis of plant proteins and enzymes. Both concepts appear in short answers. We now come into HPLC. The principle is differential partitioning between a stationary phase and a liquid mobile phase pumped under high pressure. Components separate based on their relative affinity. More polar compounds interact strongly with the stationary phase, longer retention. Less polar compounds elute faster. HPLC is a gold standard for quantitative analysis, purity testing, and fingerprinting of herbal drugs. It offers high resolution sensitivity and speed. Finally, counter current extraction. This sophisticated method works on principle repeated partitioning of solute between two immiscible liquid phases flowing in opposite direction. The solute distributes according to its partition coefficient and continuous counter flow maximize separation efficiency. It is widely used in industrial isolation of antibiotic, alkaloid, and other natural products. Though advanced, the basic principle is often asked in long answer questions. We have covered analytical techniques like HPLC, HPLC, UV spectroscopy, extraction methods, chemical test for Google, important drugs like bitter element and volatile oil containing drugs, and anti-cancer vincalcolides. Revise this topic with special attention. Thank you for your attention. I wish you all the very best in your preparation. Feel free to approach me with any doubts. Stay focused and keep revising. Thank you.